All hell is breaking loose on the streets of Los Angeles and frankly across the United States. But in LA, Donald Trump sending his ICE goons, his Gestapo, in an operation called Operation Trojan Horse. Now, Operation Trojan Horse means they put all of these ICE Gestapo agents, fully armed, looking like they're in Fallujah or something, in the back of Penske moving trucks. They then move the Penske moving trucks into parking lots of Home Depots and shopping centers and other areas where migrants may be hanging out or looking for work. And then, like a military-style raid in a war zone, the truck would open up its back door, the ICE agents would go out, and they would start terrorizing the communities, pummeling people on the ground, whether you were a United States citizen or not. It really didn't matter. If you looked Latino, they would take you and throw you to the ground and then disappear you. Folks, this is happening in the United States. Let me show you an image right here of some of these ICE Gestapo agents as they were getting ready for Operation Trojan Horse and getting into the Penske vehicle. Here, play this clip. You can see photographs here as well of them on the street. Here it was when they would get out of the Penske truck as part of Operation Trojan Horse, and then they would swarm all of the people in the shopping centers, in the Home Depot parking lots in downtown Los Angeles, at MacArthur Park where they previously terrorized, and they would chase everybody, grab them, throw them to the ground, and start assaulting them, and then disappearing them to concentration camps where they may never see their families ever again. This is what's happening in the United States, folks. It is a terrible sight indeed. Here, play this clip right here. Now, let me show you one such encounter with a lady who's screaming, "I'm a U.S. citizen, I'm a U.S. citizen." You'll see here U.S. Customs and Border Protection arresting two women on Alvarado and 8th around 3:15 p.m. They can be heard saying, "We're United States citizens." It was verified by LA Taco that they are United States citizens as well. Here, let's watch this.
What's your name?
Hey, record!
What is it?
My name is Sabrina Medina.
Sabrina Medina. What's your name?
Elizabeth Medina. They're checking me.
Yeah.
Police investigation. We have a warrant for arrest.
Police
I'm an American citizen. I'm an American.
Now, here is part 2 of the woman being taken at Alvarado and 8th at around 3:15 p.m. yesterday. I think this video captures the original person who took the previous video. Here, let's play this clip right here.
Get back to your vehicle.
Why is she being detained? Are you okay? What's your name?
Michael Parker.
Your name is?
Michael Parker.
Okay.
You know
Armando?
At the Perfect Exposure Gallery.
Can I have a phone number? No, it's fine, it's fine.
Are you okay? No, I'm not. What happened? Oh, they decided that they were taking me?
Why?
Now what? Because I actually videotaped them and I wanted to do it.
Why is she being detained?
Who has my phone? You fucker!
Can you let her get up? What's wrong?
Are
What
you-
did she do?
Yeah, what do I do?
Ma'am, are you okay? Ma'am.
Now, here is another moment of these ICE Gestapo raids right here, courtesy of LA Public Press. They've been doing a great job. Hat tip to that organization, documenting this. Federal immigration agents conduct a raid at the Home Depot at MacArthur Park area in LA yesterday morning. Fox reported that at least 16 people were disappeared by ICE. Here, play this clip.
You arrested someone illegally. Get away. Why? I'm allowed to be here. I'm stopping you from breaking the law. I'm stopping you from breaking the law. But do you have a warrant for this arrest? No, they brought a whole fucking truck. Hey, does anyone have a warrant for this arrest? For these arrests? Are these legal arrests? Do you have badge numbers? Do you have names? Hey, do we have any warrants for these arrests? No, back in the floor.
Hey, hold up. Got everybody? We good? How many you got here? How many left there? Huh? Let's get you up. Hey, union's up. Last man. Get in the union right now.
You can see here as well, this is from the Citizen app. I want to show you this. ICE detaining people, heavily armed agents loading individuals into the box trucks. Take a look at this, play this clip.
You are arrested illegally. Why? I'm allowed to be here.
Oh, shit.
I'm stopping you from the law. Do you have a warrant for this arrest?
Now, we know previously little children were handcuffed, disappeared, who knows where they are. This was back last month, ICE marching shackled and cuffed children into vans at a downtown federal office building, which has essentially been taken over by the Marines and by ICE and by Trump's Gestapo. Here, play this clip.
Fucking Nazis! We can hear you, kids! Fuck you, nice fucking Nazis!
Switching gears for a moment to bring you some important news, the Trump administration is preparing to cancel $7 billion in solar energy grants aimed at helping low and middle income families go solar. That's right, $7 billion gone. This is just the latest escalation of the Trump regime's anti-climate agenda. The funding was part of President Biden's Solar for All program under the Inflation Reduction Act, designed not only to lower energy costs for working families, but to expand community solar projects, bringing clean power to renters and people who can't install panels themselves. Now, the EPA, under Trump, is drafting letters to revoke those funds from 60 nonprofits and state agencies, even in red states that had already started projects. As a reminder, red states disproportionately benefit from this funding. It would not only be bad for the environment to take it away, but also devastating for jobs. This comes on top of Trump's efforts to claw back $20 billion more in clean energy funding, triggering legal battles and chaos involving the DOJ, FBI, and Citibank, where the money is being held. And to top it off, experts say we don't even have enough electricity to meet future demand, especially with the rise of AI data centers. Slashing solar projects now doesn't just hurt the planet, it's a direct hit on energy security and working families and makes our country unprepared for the future. A lot of people have been saying lately that the climate is not a top issue. I could not disagree more, and I know that you all feel the same, so here's what I want you to do. Make your voice heard and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us what you think about this news and sound off with your thoughts on the climate. I'll be reading all of the comments. We're going to stay focused on climate issues here at MeidasTouch. Ben, back to you.
Now, hat tip to our friends over at Jen Psaki over at MSNBC. This was her reporting. This was back from June about what was taking place in Los Angeles. And that's what was taking place then. Then, of course, there were the raids in July. Now, August 5th, those horrific attacks right there. Here, play this clip.
We don't need the National Guard, and they're not here to help us right now. They're here to facilitate what the federal agencies are doing on the immigration front.
See, I'm confused because President Trump said that they were brought in to assist with the protests.
Yeah, well, that's not our understanding.
This was the scene in the Boyle Heights neighborhood of LA today. Security camera footage shows federal agents ramming a car to apprehend a man who was reportedly wanted in connection with the protests. According to the man's family, he's an American citizen, and there were also 2 infants in car seats when his car was rammed. You can see it. That is the scene that I'm talking about right now. 2 infants in car seats in that car. We're also beginning to see churches targeted by federal agents, like in Downey in southeastern Los Angeles. In one of those raids, city leaders say an elderly man was detained while taking his granddaughter to school at one of the churches. There have been dramatic scenes like this one that took place at a car wash in Culver City on the west side of Los Angeles.
7-year-old Jorge Vasquez cried uncontrollably as he watched ICE agents take his father away in handcuffs. His 15-year-old brother, Brian, yelled, "I'll see you soon, Dad."
I lost all I feel is sad. I can't live peacefully without my dad.
Over the weekend, several ICE raids targeted car washes. But Arturo didn't work there. He was simply there to wash his car.
There are also scenes like this one out of Hawthorne in the South Bay of Los Angeles, where a U.S. citizen who is 9 months pregnant was forcibly detained by ICE this weekend after declining to allow federal agents on what she said was private property. She experienced stomach pain after her arrest and was admitted to the hospital. Today, Quinnipiac is out with new polling showing that Donald Trump's job approval is underwater by 16 points. On immigration specifically, he is underwater by 11 points. This is the guy who ran on the strength of his immigration and border policy. On deportations, he's underwater by 16 points. Turns out empowering and militarizing ICE, pulling people off the streets, sending the military into communities is not what the majority of people in the country want to happen. No kidding. I mean, since Friday, we've seen massive protests all across the country. What you're seeing on your screen now are protests in San Francisco, Denver, DC, Chicago, New York, and Philadelphia. It's not even just the big metropolitan blue cities where we're seeing a lot of this. This is Oxnard, California, Louisville, Kentucky, Baltimore, Maryland, Raleigh, North Carolina, Columbus, Ohio, Dallas, Texas. This is Portland, Oregon, El Paso, Texas, Meriden, Connecticut, St. Louis, Missouri, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Kansas City. All across the country, people are mad.
Now, it's important to note as well. There was indeed federal court injunctions prohibiting the Trump regime from doing exactly what they did yesterday at MacArthur Park. You can't just show up and start chasing people and tackling people because of their skin color. That is not the appropriate probable cause determination that can be made. However, Donald Trump's stooge, United States Attorney Bill Meiselas, is basically saying, I don't give a crap. F the Democrats, F the Department of Justice manual, F the judges. We're going to do what we do here, even if that's racial profiling. This from the LA Times. Federal agents used Penske rental truck as Trojan Horse operation to raid Los Angeles Home Depots and shopping centers. The article says a man driving a Penske truck pulled up to day laborers at the Home Depot and told them he was looking for workers. Recalled one day laborer. The workers gathered around just as more than half a dozen Border Patrol agents jumped out the back. Many of them scattered. At least 16 were arrested. After weeks of relative quiet, the immigration raid on a Home Depot in Westlake early Wednesday morning revived fears of widespread sweeps in Los Angeles as U.S. Border Patrol Sector Chief Greg Bovino warned, "We are not leaving." They've declared war on the city of Los Angeles and a war against anybody with black or brown skin. Bovino, who led operations since they began, referred to this raid as Operation Trojan Horse. Ooh, Operation Trojan Horse. You're going in Penske moving vehicles to terrorize people who are trying to show up for work. How pathetic is this Trump regime Gestapo? How pathetic is Bovino? How pathetic are all of these Trump fascists? The article goes on to say immigrant advocates and city leaders had hoped such sweeps had stopped with a federal judge's order affirmed by the U.S. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals panel that immigration officials cannot racially profile or use roving patrols to target immigrants. We are all looking into exactly what happened, said Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, but from the video and from the stills, it looks like the exact same thing that we were seeing before. In her temporary restraining order, the U.S. District Judge from Pong specifically banned this, ruled that using a person's race, language, or job location as probable cause violates the Fourth Amendment. Of course, it violates the Fourth Amendment. A reminder as well, back on June 11, 2025, when ICE arrested a U.S. citizen in Los Angeles. She was 9 months pregnant. She began experiencing sharp stomach pains after being detained. I wasn't resisting or anything. I can't fight back. I'm pregnant, but they attacked me. Here, play this clip.
That 23-year-old isn't due for another 8 days, but she's in the hospital right now after what she describes as sharp pains to her stomach. She says she started getting them after she was arrested right here in Hawthorne on Sunday by those federal agents. Despite the fact that, as you mentioned, she is a U.S. citizen, those agents, she said that she was trying to obstruct the arrest of her undocumented husband and co-worker.
They had us all surrounded.
Carrie Lopez talking to us from her hospital bed after agents released her and sent her home, she says, following this arrest Sunday at Hawthorne and 120th, caught on video.
I had lost my balance because he was kind of shoving me away from the door, and that's when I kind of just leaned forward because I was kind of trying to protect the stomach.
Let her go! She's pregnant!
Video from neighbors we obtained show them calling for her release. You can hear passerbys honking their horns in protest. Lopez says agents took her into custody, saying she was trying to obstruct their operation. We reached out to DHS for comment and have not heard back.
I'm gonna need you guys to leave. This is private property.
You can hear Lopez on this video she shared with us confronting agents as they pulled up to the building where they were working doing maintenance. The agents were in marked Border Patrol vehicles. She says her husband and co-worker, both undocumented, thought they were being followed by agents when they tried to pull into the building's private parking. Her and her cousin, both U.S. citizens, opened up the gate for her husband to enter. They thought agents needed a warrant to enter as well.
Excuse me, ma'am.
No,
Listen to me. You are interfering with my arrest.
Get out!
Well, you
I'm
can
doing my
take
job.
me.
You have no say to say. No, have nothing to say.
This is private property.
Okay, is it your property?
Yes.
Okay, can you show me your documentation? Is it your property? Is that your property? Can you please move away?
No, I'm not moving away. I'm not moving away.
I was blocking the doors because they were trying to forcefully open them. But I told them they were on private property.
She says agents said it wasn't private property and arrested her, her husband, cousin, and co-worker.
I wasn't resisting or anything. I was just like you're gonna handcuff me. But I'm not. I can't fight back. I'm pregnant.
Very pregnant, 38 and a half weeks, she told us. She was released, she said, by agents at her home. She then went to the hospital where she's being monitored by doctors right now. Agents did tell her that they would come back and follow up on her the allegations that she obstructed their operation. She hasn't heard back. She was not given any citation or any documentation, so we'll have to wait and see exactly what we're going to see from them.
And a reminder when ICE raided Los Angeles elementary schools to make, quote, welfare checks. Here, play this clip. Of course, they're not welfare checks. Here, play the clip.
Lingering fear in the LAUSD community after an unusual and disturbing visit. Several federal agents from the Department of Homeland Security showed up at 2 elementary schools this week demanding to talk to students. What happened next has Superintendent Alberto Carvalho praising school workers and demanding answers. Eyewitness News reporter Sophie Flay explains.
What interest should a Homeland Security agent have in a first grader?
On Monday, multiple Homeland Security agents showed up at 2 elementary schools in Los Angeles, according to LAUSD Superintendent Alberto Carvalho. These agents were stopped, questioned, and turned away by principals at Lillian Elementary and Russell Elementary Schools, both in the Florence Graham neighborhood.
They wanted access to the students to determine their well-being, based on, according to the agents, the fact that when they entered this country, they entered as unaccompanied minors. It is well known that these students are under the care of relatives.
According to Carvalho, the agents claimed they were not part of immigration and customs enforcement.
They conveyed to both principals that the parents or the legal guardians in charge of these children had provided them authorization for access to these kids in school. That is absolutely, blatantly untrue.
These agents asked specific questions about students ranging from 1st to 6th grade. The superintendent says they arrived in unmarked vehicles and wore casual clothing.
When the principals attempted to write down details about their IDs, they quickly hid their IDs.
All parents from these schools were notified about these incidents. Ahead of the November election, LAUSD staff were trained in protocols to protect students from federal agents showing up at schools.
We wonder if this may happen at more schools, if they simply will ram through. So we are having to really lean on the principals, the workers, the teachers.
So that's what's happening. Hell breaking loose again in Los Angeles as Trump and his Gestapo get more desperate. Here are the tactics that we are seeing. A full-fledged war being leveled by a militarized ICE force against the people of Los Angeles. Atrocities being committed before our eyes in the United States of America. Horrible to see, but we can't close our eyes and close our ears to it. America is a fascist country right now, unfortunately, under a dictatorship led by the vile piece of trash, Donald Trump. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers.
New Meidas merch drop. Check out the latest pro-democracy sticker packs, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and more. All at store.meidastouch.com.